Hello, I'm Steve. Thank you for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and you can see here we have this retractable awning up here, a few speakers, a light, and then they have a gas line up here, so I'll show them a gas option here as well. TV set back here, and then basically they just have reclining space over here. It looks like there's a countertop or a bar stool area over here, but we're just going to concentrate on this space right here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. And let's go ahead and put the dimensions on first. So overall dimensions I have, this opening here I have at 15 feet. Now that's the only true dimension I received other than the placement of these fixtures. So I have a guesstimate of 8'7" to the floor from this beam going across here, and then just some other items I have: 16.4 from inside edge to inside edge, and then a depth here of about 6'2" to the outside wall from the inside wall, and 5'2", 5'2.5" from this inner beam here to here. And the awning structure, there's just some dimensions. Obviously the dimensions are wrong here because they need to be wider, but this is just for show purposes, and that's about it. So the one issue with placing a gas heater here is that you need to have a certain amount of clearance. So let's go ahead and just throw a gas heater in here. So this would be an S25, and it requires 9 inches of clearance above. It's 8 inches of heater, so that's 17 inches total of drop, and that would probably put it down pretty low. Let me just place a marker here, see what we got as far as height is concerned. So 7'2" off the ground. Now that's not terrible for an S25, but it would be kind of intrusive, I think, in the patio. So if you're looking outside, now I'm not sure I can do this here, but let me just pull this wall out a little bit more, and we can see here, if we were looking outside now from the structure, we got this heater that we're going to be seeing. Let me turn that off for a second. Yeah, so we'll be seeing this heater, but I don't know, maybe it'll be a little camouflaged by the awning, but not quite sure. One thing that we have to take in consideration, however, is when this awning is retracted all the way, what happens to the, I'm going to call it a little flint or fringe here, which is the material that drops down over here. So this material, if I move it back up to where it would retract from, and we do need to make sure that we are clear from any combustible. So with the heater down here, there's not a problem, but if we attempted to put a heater on this wall here and point it out or angle it or something like that, then we have a big issue with regards to clearances, and that cannot be done. So this would be the only option I can really come up with a gas heater. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So I'm going to turn off that. So here's the footprint of heat. You can see with this 25 in this position, it's fairly okay. You'd probably have to move the couch a little bit, during those colder times of the year, so you get more coverage on top of you. So let's just go ahead and do that and see what it looks like, and we'll move this just a couple of feet over here. That's something that you'd have to do. So that's 2.5 feet over, 24 inches. Yeah, I would still say this would be okay, but not perfect. Again, we're not hitting the backs of this chair here, so you'd have to move it a little bit closer inwards as well. And so essentially what you're going to get is roughly a 9-foot throw this direction, and about a 10.5 to 11-foot throw this direction. So you're not going to get a whole lot of coverage. Now you could put additional units in here, but I think that would be kind of overkill. So that would be one, and this is just centered in the space here, centered between this beam here going across, as you can see back here. So it's just centered, and with the 9 inches of clearance on a 25 pointed straight to the ground. Once you angle this heater out, you have to increase the clearance by 4 more inches. So that's why I didn't do that. And then plus the heater itself adds, when you angle it, it actually adds a little bit of a dimension from the angle being down a little further. So I'd prefer not to do that if I could avoid it. All right, so that would be the Sunpack 25, and I'm going to turn off this fringe up here. We already talked about that, and we'll turn off this gas heater here. This is the Sunpack S25, and we'll go ahead and put on a electric heater, which might be another option. So this would be an electric heater. This is a CD 6024, 6000 watt, 240 volts. I actually have it. I'm going to move it down a little bit here, and I don't have it attached properly. There we go. All right, so this is 6000 watt, 240 volt, and dual element CD 6024, and it has 6 inches of clearance above, and then it's about 3.5 inches in height and 8 inches wide this way. I have it in the center of the patio again, just like the other one, so it's just a little bit less obtrusive this way, I think. And we'll go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So footprint of heat, it's a little bit less of a footprint of heat, but still you're going to get, because of the fact that it's lower than it should be. Again, the 6,000 watt unit really needs to be probably about 8 feet off the ground to 9 feet off the ground. Maximum of 10 is what I would recommend, and then you'd get a wider footprint of heat this way. So with this, you're only getting probably about I'm going to go with about an 8-foot throw here, and maybe 7-foot throw this direction. Now you can angle this particular heater, and that's what's kind of nice about it with regards to that fringe. If we had that fringe here and we were to angle this heater, let's go ahead and just do that, and we'll go ahead with a angle of, let's see here, roughly we'll go with like maybe 15-degree angle. And you can see here that our footprint of heat is a little bit better off. And then also, let's go ahead and look at the clearances above the heater. No problem with that. And then there are clearances below the heater. So below the heater, we're still missing that fringe, and that's the dimension that I'm kind of concerned about, the clearance. So that's 15 degrees. We probably could go to 20 degrees, but then we're going to start missing the this side of the sofa here. So, and we did move it in the middle. So I know that the sofa originally was over to the edge a little bit further. So let's just move that over here to see what that would look like. I'm going to go with the 24 inches. We're not quite touching that, but you can see again, we have that issue with the coverage here. So, all right, so that would be the 6024. Let me go ahead and turn that off. And then I'm going to give you one more option, which would be having 2 of the 5,000 watt units. And we have these centered at 3 foot apart from each other. So from center to this end is 1.5 feet. And again, this is the clearances here. We didn't do the adjustment on the angle here, but we have probably 15, maybe 20 degrees that we can come out this direction as well. And let's look at the footprint of heat here. Now we're getting a lot better coverage from left to right, so we can really utilize this space a little bit better. And I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and I'm going to turn that off for right now, and just look at the view that we might have out here. So you can see that would look a little bit better and give you a better coverage overall. All right, well, I hope this has helped. Please, again, if you like this video, please tap that like button. We don't advertise, we don't monetize, therefore YouTube will not promote our channel unless we receive your appreciation, and we truly appreciate that. So thank you very much. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, you want to send us your information, please send it to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.